It was 1979 when writer-director Don Coscarelli introduced us to such characters as Reggie, Michael, Jody, and a certain tall dude who has some very lethal silver balls. I am referring, of course, to the Tall Man, and the film Phantasm. Phantasm launched a franchise, that a decades-long running franchise that has reached its conclusion with the arrival of Phantasm Ravager. Phantasm Ravager is notable for that it is the first film in the series not to be directed by Don Coscarelli, but is actually was directed by David Hartman. The screenplay is by Hartman and Coscarelli, though. Phantasm Ravager. Going in, we knew they're saying this is the last one, so there's got to be some sort of endgame involved. And the film is clearly made for fans of the franchise, because this really isn't a standalone film, because there are so many elements that involve every film in the series that if one was to start with Ravager, you'd probably get lost. And even if you have seen all the films in the series, you might even get lost yourself. This finale is a little too convoluted for its own good. It has some interesting ideas, but it goes to the well one too many times too often, to the point where it starts losing as a tapestry. It starts unweaving, I guess you could say. I don't think it's going to be a huge spoiler by saying that its elements are mentioned in the trailer for the film. That this one obviously involves alternate dimensions, and we're basically put in a situation where Reggie and company are basically moving through alternate dimensions, and as a viewer, we are left to wonder, what are we watching? What exactly is going on here? What is true? And what exactly are we supposed to latch on to say that this is what the actual events are? As I said, it ties together all 5 films in the franchise, and it raises some rather intriguing notions about what we've seen previously. But because of the over-convoluted plot, it literally jumps all over the place, to the point where as a viewer, like I said, you want to have that one thing you can latch onto, so you can have like a starting point per se, so that you know this is what's going on, and all of this is just superfluous. But every time you think you have that moment in this film, something else comes up that just undermines it, and you're like, back to square one. I'm like, again, what the hell am I watching here? And because they say this is the last one, it does reach a moment where it seems like this is clearly a logical conclusion, and this is actually what is happening. This is the connecting thread for the entire saga, and this is what we are seeing. And it was rather quite poignant. But Hartman and Coscarelli could not resist on throwing in a post-credit scene that totally undermines that finale. This would have really achieved a really touching finale had they just left well enough alone, and just left it there and ended it there, and let the audience just totally gestate and try to understand just what exactly they just watched. Instead, we're just giving another fan service moment that was just incongruous with everything that they just laid out and what they just last presented to us, and it just totally unravels the tapestry of what they were trying to do. So Phantasm Ravager does feature the return of many luminaries from the franchise. Reggie Bannister returns as Reggie. A. Michael Baldwin returns as Mike. Bill Thornbury as Jody. Kathy Lester as the Lady in Lavender, and of course the late great Angus Scrimm returns as the Tall Man in his final role. Overall, Ravager is a very huge disappointment, although I would say it is just definitely better than 3 and 4. I was more obviously a fan of the original, and I did enjoy 2, but for the longest time I felt 3 and 4 was just 2 Matrix revolutions and reloaded, because basically it just takes a mystery and just tries to explain too much and takes away the mystery and the stigma of it all. And that's what happened for me. That's what happened with Phantasm 3 and 4. And what they were trying to, what Coscarelli was trying to say, this is what's going on. I just wasn't really feeling it. And because Ravager's tying together all the films, obviously he has to tie in elements of 3 and 4. And again, it just, in the end, it just didn't come together. And like I said, I would have preferred that they actually decided on that one given moment, one little through line that we as viewers, audiences can latch onto to understand that this is what we were seeing in the entire saga. But alas, for that final moment undermines all that, and now we're just left to wonder back to square one and say, it's like, I don't know what happened, so whatever. So, Phantasm Ravager, I would have to give 2.5 stars. That's being generous. It's 2.5 stars because there are elements I kind of liked in it, and it was cool to see everybody back. But then again, like I said, it went to the well too many times often, and that post-credit scene undermines everything that they accomplished and before that. So 2.5 stars for Phantasm Ravager. Definitely only for fans of the series, and not one to start off with if you're going to start watching this. Just start with 1 and 2, and if you like that, move on to 3, 4, and 5. So, if you like this review, hit that like button below. Have you heard about Phantasm Ravager? Are you a fan of the Phantasm series? Which is your favorite film in the series? Who's your favorite character? Please comment below and let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so you can stay on top of my reviews, retro reviews, trailer reactions, and any other fun things I happen to put up on my channel. So until next time, my friends, see you at the movies.